Hello everyone and welcome back to the Game Shed with me, Mark. Today I'm going to be showing you the Project Lunar modification, hack, whatever you want to call it, on the Mega Drive Mini. So let's start off with a quick overview as to what Project Lunar can do for you, what features are available and all the rest of it. Just quickly so you know before you jump into this. So here we go. You can add your own selection of Mega Drive Genesis ROMs to your console with use on the stock UI. Very similar to the PlayStation Classic Project Eris. Manage your games, mods and configs via purpose-built desktop PC application. This is amazing. This desktop app is really good and I think you're all gonna love it. Full backups before any customization, RetroArch, performance tweaks. Look at this, there's OTG, all these file system supports, extended gamepad capability, USB 2 and 3 device support, customizable boot menu, blah 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 blah. There's tons of stuff in here. Look at this, and even the bundled Wi-Fi support, emulation station, boot menu, splash screen and music are all customizable. Loads of stuff in there. In terms of the desktop app, you've got easy to use interface, bulk edition of ROM, zip ROM support, new Mega Drive Genesis games integration is totally seamless in stock UI. Look at that, with a scraping function all built into the desktop application, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Automatic IPS patching, which is great, screen scraper, automatic spine art generator and more. Right, the caveats down here, Bluetooth support is 80% done. So for version, what version am I going to today in this video? 1.0.5 at this point, and I think 1.1 is going to come very soon. Bluetooth support is 80% done in this version. So by the time you come around to installing 1.1, you'll have your Bluetooth compatibility, so you can use a wireless controller. X input and Sony HID drivers are bugged. This means Xbox-based input devices are not properly working. PS4 controllers produce lag, so there's some issues with controllers up until this point. So 1.0.5 is the version I am looking to install today. Individual game selection for sync within desktop is not supported within 1.0. It will be added ASAP. So coming on to what's coming in 1.1, which is just down the road a little bit. Folder support, different console games from stock UI, that's nice. That'll be like Project Eris. Custom command executors per game, which is cool. Bluetooth support and desktop app sync via Wi-Fi. Brilliant. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know at this point as to what the app is. Now, what do you need in order to do this hack? Very simply, you need the Mega Drive or Genesis Classic, one or the other. You need a micro USB capable of data transfer. Now, this is important. The cable that comes with the Mega Drive or Genesis Classic does not support data transfer, which is very naughty, but they didn't need it, right? They just needed it for power with the stock cable. So you need a cable that is capable of data transfer. So it may be an old cable that came with an old phone, or it may be a cable that came with another system. Just make sure that it is recognized by your computer during this process. If it isn't, you can try another cable, until you find one that's got data transfer enabled. Windows 7/10, Mac OS Linux, it's all there. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need a USB at this point. You only need a USB if you're going to really ramp up the amount of games you're going to have on this. The inbuilt storage is enough for you to plow loads of Mega Drive games on. So that's what I'm going to do today. Chuck a load of ROMs on it and show you how you do it. So the first thing you need to do is download Project Lunar, the desktop app. Now, I will put this link down below in the description. Very simply, I'm looking for Project Lunar X64 because my computer is 64-bit. And this is version 1.0.5, like I said previously. So this is about 33 meg, so it's not big. It's not a big application. All right, so once that's downloaded, what you need to do is actually extract all the files into a folder on your desktop or elsewhere, somewhere that you know where it is going to be. So if I just do desktop, click on select folder, and it will extract to your desktop. So once you've downloaded Project Lunar and you have unzipped it to a folder on your desktop, all you need to do is double click on Project Lunar UI.exe. Double click on that and you'll get presented with this window. All you need to do at this stage is click install. It pops up and says no console detected at this stage. Do you wish to start the Project Lunar install process? You just say yes. And would you like to open our interactive how-to help guide to show you how to install and use Project Lunar? You just say yes again. So as you can see in step 1, remove all cables from the console. including micro USB, blah, 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 everything. Make sure you have a micro USB with data lines, very simple, and then click on the next arrow. Power slide to on, so put the power switch to on, and then hold down the reset button. Okay, I haven't got enough hands for this. Click on the next button. While holding reset, plug in the PC connected USB to your console. Must be a data enabled micro USB. They cannot help but hammer this point home. So let me just plug that in, and then we get a light that starts flashing. Wait for flashing LED to stop, then let go of reset. Keep holding reset, the LED will flash off and back on. Once the LED is flashed back to on, you can let go of reset after about a second or so. So we've let go of reset. The install process will now begin and the progress will be shown in the install window. It will take approximately 10 minutes. Executing custom U-boot and waiting for reboot. Device is connected again, it did a reboot there and now it's backing everything up. And as you can see from that little note right there, this could take up to 10 minutes, so please be very patient with this process. Do not unplug your Mega Drive from your PC at any point during this process. Okay, so all the backup process is done and we are moving on to processing original data. Please wait. And success, Project Lunar is installed. Amazing, look at that installation complete. Happy days, I now have a Mega Drive Mini that is modded using Project Lunar. So let's launch the application and you'll be able to see exactly what we can do, from adding games all the way through to installing mods and more. So at this stage, just click on OK and then click on Finish. Now just click on Open Game Manager. Once it loads up, this is your game manager. Welcome to Project Lunar. Thanks for installing. Before you continue, we would highly recommend that you back up your NAND backups to a safe location. You can do this by clicking Tools, Advanced, Export Backup from the tool menu above. So let's do that first before we forget. Tools, Advanced, Export Backup. A sync is required to obtain accurate free space information. Do you want to perform this sync now? Yes. So let's do things in the way they're suggesting. Generally, a wizard is suggesting things in an order for a reason. So I would suggest go through the sync, do the backup, and then we'll start adding games. So there we go, estimated free space, 147 megabytes of 170 megabytes. Now, I know you're looking at this in the same way I am and thinking, they only used up that much space on the memory? Why did they put 170 megabytes worth of storage in there? I have no idea. It is so bizarre. But it's good for us now because we can fill this puppy full of Mega Drive games. So before we do, like I said before, let's do the backup. If we go to Tools and then Advanced, and then we go to Export Backup. Let's put this on our desktop as before, Mini Backup, and we'll save it there. Look at that. So we've got a Lunar folder, we've got a backup. You can put these anywhere you want. At this stage, backup exported, all done. Lovely jubbly. Right, so let's do ourselves a favor and add a game. Right, here's all my Mega Drive games. I've got many games. So there's games missing from this collection, don't get me wrong, but it is a pretty good collection that they've done right here with the Mega Drive Mini. So let's add a game to the Mega Drive Mini. One game that should always have been included, which wasn't, and it was very annoying, is a Micro Machines game. Now, I love Micro Machines 2, the Turbo Tournament Edition, so I'm going to add that. And as you can see, when we click on add new game, we get the scraper screen. If you just do it by default, you'll see that you just get the Mod My Classic Project Lunar cover there. But we don't want that, do we? We want to screen scrape it to pick up the correct cover and all the rest of it. So if I click on here, get game information, there you go. We're seeing all the different Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament covers. So I'm going to choose the UK entry, which is the bottom one. The way you can tell if the title is quite long is you scroll across there and you can see UK Mega Drive. There is also, look, all the other different types of European Mega Drives that were available and the different covers that they had as well. So if I just use UK Mega Drive, I can then change other things if I want to. There's a bunch of other stuff here I can change, but I don't need to because this is the European version. The other thing you can change is you can change the emulator if you want. but we'll come on to that later. The stock emulator for Genesis games is absolutely fine. Once you've done that, at the bottom, click Add Game, and look at that. We have Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament right there. So if I click on any of these other games, you can actually look at the details for all these games as well, because with every game comes the different number of players, the title name, and all the details about the game itself. You can't change these for the built-in ones. You can put sort of copyright and you can change the details slightly, but you can't change things like action or one player, etc. But with the games we add, like Micro Machines, I know for a fact this isn't an adventure game, this is a racing game. So we're going to change it to racing/sport. Number of players, oh wow, as many as we want. So let's put 1 to 5. Because it's actually 1 to 8, but 1 to 5 seems to be the most that I can add on this list. And then we're going to click sync. Do you want to sync now? Yes. Now obviously you could have added 20, 30, 40 Mega Drive games to your Mega Drive at this point, but I'm just going to do one so I can show you what it does. Okay, so that's it, sync done, and as you can see, the estimated free space has gone down just a little bit by a megabyte. So we are now 146 meg free of 170 megabytes. There are a few more things to see within the Project Lunar desktop app, which I'll just go through now quickly before I show you the Mega Drive and Micro Machines on it. So first things first is managing of your mods. If I click on manage mods, you can see here I've got no mods installed at all. If I want to install new mods, I have to go to this page by clicking this big button here and download the mods. I'm not going to get into this fully here today because I'm going to do a separate video for the mods for Emulation Station, how to get it all up and running. But for today, that is where you would find your mods. You click in on that to install them, etc. So I click on close on that. When we go through the rest of the tools here, get RetroArch cores, we can actually click on that and we can find the cores we want. So if you wanted to run SNES games or you wanted to run other different types of games, that's where you grab the cores. Okay, so that's normal. IPS patches you can get there. Again, it's in the same place and it downloads the zip file of the IPS patches. There's a few other things within the tools menu. You've got updates, check online from payload package. That's if you've got updates to the software. So let me do that. If I press check online, it should say your console is up to date. Yes. So once version 1.1 comes out, we can actually just update from here. The other things you've got are reset local data from backup, enter recovery mode, and then advanced you've got fail, safe, restore, export backup, fix misplaced save state. So there's some good stuff in there, stuff that we need at some stage. Change background music. Okay, so pardon our dust, we haven't implemented this feature yet. This is something that is coming. Hopefully in 1.1 we'll see the option to change the background music. Smoothing. Look at this, you can disable for scan lines, enable always, restore default. Enable pixel perfect mode, enable always or restore default. Force specific regions, so we can force a specific region if we want to. So European, US and Japanese. Completely up to you what you do with these features, guys. I'm not going to change anything. That is literally all I want to do for today. But now we're going to go over to our Mega Drive and check that our game has loaded. Okay, so I've plugged my HDMI in so I can see my Mega Drive now. So I'm going to switch it on. There we go. Look at that. Amazing. We've got RetroArch right there, Project Lunar, and then we've got Emulation Station as well. You've got the option down below, as you can see, to toggle auto boot. If you want it to go directly into Project Lunar to the main game screen, you can tap that and you can do that right there. The other things you've got are settings, network manager, and select. So let's have a quick look at settings before we go any further and turn on the things that we want to turn on. Toggling the splash screen on boot, completely up to you whether you have this switched on or not. I am going to have it switched on. There's a few other things there. I would leave those alone. And then the option here, which I would suggest you turn on, is to toggle the higher CPU speed. This will make certain games run smoother, better, and quicker on the Mega Drive. So let's do that. Let's press start to save and reset, and we're going to go to yes and allow that to save the settings. So that's the splash screen. Did you see the Project Lunar come up? And then we hit the boot menu. If I click on A on Project Lunar, then it will open up to the main window with all the games. Look at this. All right, this is what we're used to. These are all the games that we would have seen before. This is in A to Z format, so I should find, there it is, Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament. Absolutely amazing game. Okay, so we're going to click onto that in just a sec, but I'm going to show you a couple of things first before we do. Down here, you can see we've actually got two other added games. You've got the option to go back to the Project Lunar boot menu and also the option to go straight into RetroArch from here. Now, I'm not going to do that now. I don't need to do that now, but as long as you know that you get those extra options and you can go back. If you wanted to use Emulation Station or RetroArch, you can pop back into the main menu from here. But for now, let's open up Micro Machines 2 and make sure it works. Oh my god, here we go. Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament Edition, looking wonderful as ever. Oh, and I've just gone the wrong way. Love it. I literally could not remember that the B button is to go. Oh man. The pressure of making videos, that's what I'll blame it on. So because this is the Mega Drive Mini, you cannot press a button combination to go back to the menu. You have to press reset on the Mega Drive. But look, here we go. We do have save states. So let's just save that just to show you that it's working. Look at that. We have save states. Everything is working absolutely as it should. And we want to return to the main menu so we can finish off the video. Look at that. There you go. So there you go. Project Lunar. Absolutely brilliant mod, I must say. The fact that you don't need a USB to fill up with games, I mean, that's going to come later, obviously, in my later videos, but you can do it all off the built-in memory. It's very reminiscent of the Super Nintendo Classic Mini, which we did a mod on ages ago. If you want to watch that, then go and have a look. I need to do a more up-to-date one as soon as I can, but I just haven't had the chance. So Project Lunar Mega Drive Mini, brilliant, working perfectly. I love it. I really hope you've enjoyed the video and that you've learned how to mod your Mega Drive Mini from it. And please drop me a comment below if you've got any questions at all, or even just to say thank you for showing me how to mod my Mega Drive Mini. It's such an easy process, guys. I hope you'll get along with it well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see many, many more modification videos coming your way very soon. And click that bell because you will then get notified as soon as that video goes live, or we are live streaming, or we're doing a premiere. There's so many things moving forward that I need you to know about them, so make sure to do that. Thank you again for coming along, and I will see you next time.